Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about Attack on Titan, and the true manga ending is today's video. Alright, so this is not the anime ending. There will be a way different ending for the anime than the manga, because it's been confirmed that there's 3 endings so far. So this is a very controversial ending. Not a lot of people liked it, but some people did like it. Now that the series is over in the manga, my personal opinion could have had a little better ending, but the ending is not that bad to be true. It's not that bad. Alright, so this ending takes place when Eren is about to get to the Marleyan Island. As we all know, they were all trying to evacuate and go to higher ground. But before they actually do that, the soldiers shoot rockets at the Titans, and it's supposed to kill Titans, which kill around 2 or 3 Titans, but nothing too bad. So they're basically screwed at this point, and all the civilians and even the soldiers are running away like cowards. My personal opinion, I'd be doing the same exact thing. Alright, but let's get more into the ending. Alright, so Armin and Mikasa and all their other friends are at a place to make a plane. They call it a flying boat, to make the plane go. But then the plane gets damaged because they were shot at, and the fuel tank was busted. So they quickly fix the tank, and then they go off. But Hanji stays behind and kills a bunch of Colossal Titans because Eren was right there, almost there. He was on a other side of the main island, but he wasn't on the main island of the Marleyans. So she kills as much Titans as she can. I think she only gets around 2, and then eventually she wakes up out of nowhere, and she sees Erwin. She sees all the comrades who died. And then that's the last place we see her giving Erwin a hug, and Erwin tells her that your duty has been fulfilled. So, the main thing is she died, and I guess she's seen the rest of them, and Erwin, and all the people who died that she knew. Alright, so Mikasa and Armin start talking on the plane, saying what plan they're gonna do. And after they get a plan done, Armin goes to Annie and talks to Annie. And Annie says how she regrets it, and how she regrets even coming over to the island full of non-Marleyans, because she lost a lot of her friends and left her father figure at Marleyan's Island. But then they eventually get there, and Eren's already killed a lot of people so far that are Marleyans. Probably around 40% of them were already killed at that point. So Mikasa and Armin's plan doesn't actually work as they thought it would, so they have to come up with a whole new plan. So their plan was to go on top of Eren and basically try to get to him and kill him, sadly. So with the plane, they jump off the plane at the last moment. All of them jump out of the plane and get onto Eren. And all of a sudden, Zeke appears out of Eren. When he was in the skeleton form, we seen around half of Zeke's body kind of form out of the bones, waving to them, and he said something to Levi. He basically said, "Hey, I heard you missed me, Levi, but I didn't miss you that much." And then Levi kills Zeke. He jumps out of the plane and absolutely annihilates Zeke. And there's a flashback of Zeke, and Zeke basically said he deserved it and that he regrets on what he's done. So then everyone else gets on top of Eren, and then Eren starts spawning in different generations of Titan shifters, like the other generation of the Cart Titan, of the Armored Titan, just different generations of it, like generations before. He just starts spawning them all. So all these different Titans appear. And of course, Mikasa, being the absolute monster she is, annihilating most of them. Same with Levi, but Eren just keeps spawning them again and again and again. So this makes Reiner go into his Titan form, and then he starts taking out other Titans too. But the last generation of the Cart Titan is the fastest Titan there, so he's really going at them. And there was basically every Titan. There was the Warhammer Titan, all the Titans from the last generation were there. And then he spawns in a Pacific Colossal Titan, Bertholdt, which just makes Reiner kind of stop for a second. But then he gets it out of his mind, it's not Bertholdt, it's just Eren spawning in his Titan. It's not actually him. So then he goes back at it. So this gives more than enough time for Jean to go behind Eren and basically blast off his neck, making Eren's head fall, and then Eren's spine inside of it just grows farther, about to attach back on to the skeleton of the Titan again. But then Armin going into his Colosso Titan form stops it. And then all of Aaron's Titan skeleton deforms and goes away. And then they're thinking Aaron died and that they won. And then all of a sudden they see Aaron in a Colosso Titan form. It was basically like a Colosso Titan type form. And they see him walking by them from the dust. Then him and Armin started going at it and started fighting. And then Mikasa said, "I will be the one to take you out. No one else will." And then she busts through Aaron's Titan teeth and gets into his mouth. Then she basically sees Aaron's head and his spine. So then she cuts off his head, and then when she cuts it off, she gives him a kiss. So then after all of that, of course, since the founding Titan has been killed, that basically means all the Titan shifters and basically all the Titans will disappear and you won't be able to go into Titan form anymore. But then Armin goes into this sleeping type form, like this dream type state of his mind. And he sees Aaron. And he basically calls Aaron all these rude names and saying, "Why would you do this? What have you done?" And then Armin brings up on how do you think Mikasa will feel about you after this? And do you really think she'll love you after what you've done? And do you really think she'll stay with you? He said no, and that even when he dies, he does not want her to find a new lover, does not want her to find another guy. Saying how he wants her to remember him forever and years to come until she dies. And then Armin calls him pathetic for even thinking she will do that. And then Armin punches Aaron. And then Aaron falls to the ground and basically explains he's sorry and that no one will ever forgive him after what he's done. And then he basically tells Armin that he's sorry and to tell Mikasa that he's sorry. And then Armin wakes up on the ground. And then he sees Mikasa in the dust walking towards him with something in her hand. And then he realizes it's Aaron's head. So they both started hugging it and crying. And then the Marleyan soldiers get to them and their whole group and basically say that you guys are Titan shifters, you guys are this and that, and basically say that they're under arrest. And Armin basically explains that all Titan shifters cannot go into Titan form anymore because the founding Titan has been killed, and says that he is the one that killed Eren Yeager, the founding Titan, aka the Attack Titan as well. So everyone doesn't know that Mikasa killed him, leaving the guilt away from her. So then Armin turns around after talking to the Marleyan soldiers, saying that they're the one who helped them and that they're on their side. So he turns around and sees Mikasa walking off. And then basically she turns back and says, "Thank you, Armin," and then walks off. And then it goes off to 3 years later of her next to Eren's grave. Basically saying that she misses him and that she misses the way he used to put on her scarf. And then all of a sudden a bird comes out of nowhere and puts on the scarf for her. And then she says, "Thank you, Eren." And then it shows buildings being built and how the tree's getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. And all these trees are being built. And all these buildings are being built and how the world's evolving. And then there's a kid that looks a lot like Eren. It wasn't Eren, but he looks a lot like him. Climbing up a mountain and then looking at the tree and then walks into it. Because the tree was so huge that if you go inside the tree, you'll be able to see his grave. So the kid walks in, and then that's where the book stops. Which, this is a very controversial ending, which, my personal opinion, it's a pretty good ending for the manga, but I'm really excited to see what ending is going to be for the anime, because there's going to be a different ending. But thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, so I can keep doing more videos. And see you all in the next video. Peace.